welcome to our local non-league, and of course, joining me as normal, of course, from Ware, of course, he's the legend that is Mr. Paul Halsey. And Paul, I suppose we'd wanted to be speaking in more happier terms, I suppose, and be celebrated a little bit. But I mean, I was unfortunately caught in traffic and had to listen to the great coverage from your guys at hashtag 90 minutes from Peter and Simon, and I was jumping up and down at sort of 90 minutes thinking, great, we're going to extra time. And then it just sort of like, it was like I don't know, in my house, it was almost like someone put a bomb in the place. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't believe what was going on. God knows what it must have been for you.
Yeah, it was a tough one to take. I think it had everything that day. I think the crowd were brilliant. I mean, you know, the amount of people that turned up out of Ware is phenomenal. You know, to see what we've achieved there over the last 4 years since I've been back, maybe nearly 5 years. I think it's brilliant, and it's great that the town take the time to come and support and get involved. The nice day helped. You know, yeah, they brought some fans, but you know, probably no more than 100, maybe 50 to 100. It had a bit of excitement. It had great goals from them. Had a bit of woeful play from us. Had a bit of all, really. A bit, you know, overall look back, and I think I'm a bit disappointed that maybe we got carried away on the 2-1 we scored the equaliser, and that goes for me as well. But, you know, the way we conceded the goals, if I watched the video, and I'm a little bit disappointed in that. And I felt that, and everyone I tell you, Dave, there was only one team that I was going to win it once we equalised, because their heads had gone. You know, but then, you know, it was somewhere out the ground, a ball comes on the pitch, we stop the play. Referee decides it's a bounce up, or a drop ball, sorry, not bounce up, drop ball for them. Now, I spoke to another referee. I was a bit disappointed on the way it was done, but he assured me that referee done it all by the rules, which is fair enough. But if you watch it, he seems to drop it right on his foot and he just lobs it back into the box. So straight away, we was not, you know, but saying that, whether it's right or wrong, we've got to be ready for that, you know, and we should be able to defend it. So ball gets played back out, then back in, and there's bits in that phase where we should have been better. But for those that have done that, been in this situation as a runner-up in the playoff final, they know probably how I feel. And it's something that I don't really wish to do again or be involved in again. But, you know, that's football. Got to move on now. You know, I've had a week or 4 days of feeling sorry for ourselves, but it's gone. We move on. We all get disappointed. We all look that maybe we should be going through step 3, but we're not. Northfleet, they deserved their win. They played much better than us in the first half, probably 15 minutes of the second half. They did, and we didn't start playing until the second half, half an hour into the second half. So fair play to Eddie and his team. You know, good luck to them. I hope they do well. You know, it's funny and it's ironic, isn't it? Because so many people said it's got writing on the wall and Northfleet are going to win it, and it turned out to be that. You know, the way they got into the playoffs. So I'm still waiting for a massive appeal from someone to say that ain't right. The FA say no, where you're in. Ain't gonna happen, I know, but hey, but yeah, we move on, mate. We move on, and you know, I've already started last night having a meeting with my coaching staff. I met with my manager. I'm the manager. I met with my captain. I've had a little chat with the chairman today. The chairman goes on holiday on Sunday, and then I'll sit down with him when he comes back before I go on holiday, hopefully. And see where we are. But I'll make no mistake here that, and I'll say it now, that me and the chairman are both of the opinion we've got to go and win it next year. Last year, the season, the pre-season this year, before the season started, we both said we want playoffs. We got that, and now we're both saying we want to win the league. So that's what I'm prepared to say. that is what I want to do. And the chairman's got to, wants to win it, so he's got to meet my expectations and what I want to win that league. And I'm sure he will. If not, if he wants to fly me out to Mexico for the talk, I'm happy to do that as well.
Well, I mean, I've seen the highlights. If anybody hasn't seen the highlights are fantastic and really does grit the feeling of the whole day that was going on. But there was one funny part in that, and if we can sort of lighthearten it a little bit, was when you equalised, I thought you were going to be doing a striptease at one stage, running on the pitch and all the rest of it. I thought, hang on a minute, what's going on here?
I know. That's probably where I let myself down that day, really, Dave. Yeah, I mean, everyone, listen, I look at them when they scored their goals, they're all on the pitch. So that tempts me to do it. And we got the equaliser, everyone's buzzing. But I look back on that and it's unprofessional of me. And I think, if I'm honest, I've let myself down. I've let the team down, because what I should be doing is getting them calmed down and making sure that we stay organised for the last 5 minutes. So probably got a little bit carried away there. I think the emotions of the game, I think. Pardon?
I think most managers would, though, in that situation when you're 2-0 down with minutes to go and you come back and you score 2 quick goals like that and get it back to 2-2. I think you'd have to be a very, I don't know, strong-minded person not to stand still. I think it's just.
I think if you look at an hindsight, a lot of managers will agree with me and say, yeah, you do. The emotions do kick in, and because you scored so late on. But really, I should be getting the skipper over, telling him that, and just arranging the sides. Maybe we shouldn't have conceded that third goal. The fourth goal, I'm not worried about the fourth goal, mate. I think I only had 2 at the back. Everyone's gone forward, so I'm not worried about that. That's here or there. It's the third goal that's the killer. I mean, maybe next time, I'll have to look at that myself, and maybe be a little bit more, conduct myself better. But yeah, it's the emotions. Yeah, I was on the pitch. Everyone was on the pitch, weren't they? I mean, I look, when they scored, their fans jumped on the pitch. Our fans jumped. It was all about emotions that day, and they probably got carried away a little bit, and was made to pay for it, really.
Well, one question I was going to ask you, because it came up in the commentary, the half-time whistle went, and Paul and what's his name, Simon would literally, Pete and Simon were literally sort of making a suggestion. We'll wonder what Paul Halsey is going to say to the boys at half-time. I mean, what was the atmosphere like at half-time in that game, and what was said in the dressing room?
Well, heads were down, Dave. Heads were down. Of course they were down. We're 1-0 down. But, I said to them, and I won't repeat what I said. No. But basically, they know that I've told them, you've got 45 minutes to get yourselves out of here, and you've got to stop doing what you're doing. You're playing long balls. You're hitting the centre halves. They're winning every ball, every cross into the box. You're just doing a training game for the keeper. And that they stopped. I told them where you're going to hurt them, and it was behind the fullbacks. And it took me to bring Josh on for that to start happening. And maybe on hindsight, he should have come on at half time. But they knew what they had to do. And I said to them, look, you've got 45 minutes, and it's it. You want to play at the next level, you've got to go and win. And then, 5-10 minutes into the second half, we go 2 down. So,
I mean, what's your thoughts there then? When you had that real sort of like morale, you're trying to sort of do a morale booster at half time. You've got the players in there. You come on, guys. You're getting them all up. And then, what's it like from a manager's point of view then on the bench and your coaches and stuff when you've done all of that work in at half time to try and get the boys' heads up, and within sort of 5 minutes you can see the second one?
Yeah. So if you look back on our record, it's happened a couple of times for us. So I would use the words I'm quite used to it a little bit. But one thing I do know is, and this is a compliment I will say to my players, that they never, ever give up. I've never seen my team give up, even though they've gone down 2-0. Even when we went down 3-0 at Biggleswade in that really awful weather, day, pit. They don't give up. You know, I know we lost that game 3-0, but you know, if you want to take something from my teams, just look at Hemel Hempstead when we played them in the FA Cup. Look at Kidderminster against teams that are they're both 2 teams, 2 divisions above us, and they never give up. So I knew. Listen, I'm not going to say that I knew we'd come back, because you never know what's going to happen. What I knew was they would never give up and they'll fight to the end, and they did that. It's just unfortunate that we conceded that goal, and that third goal. You know, so you know I know how to get a reaction from my lot, and I heard, you know, what I do tend to do is I have a little delayed reaction when I go into the changing room. So to get into my changing room, I'll go for our physio room, and I'll just sit in there sometimes and listen to what they've got to say, and things were said. Then you have to go in there, and then you've got to put your input on it and say, look, this is what you've got to do. This is how we're going to do it. And if they don't listen to it, it seems sometimes my team need a good kick up the backside to get them going. And it took the 2 goals to go down to get a reaction. And they reacted once that went in. After that, they reacted in the right way. But obviously, we didn't foresee the third goal. So, you know.
So, I mean, you know,
yeah.
the game finishes, you go back into the changing room. I mean, then sort of your work really starts, I'm assuming. You know, how you know, what was the atmosphere like in there? And, you know, and also as well, how do you pick the players up? But more importantly, who picks you up?
My wife, my daughter, she was there, my son. The fans, you know, I think the fans come up to you. It's hard, really. That's a tough question, really. But who picks me up? You know, people will come up to me that day and, you know, say things, some nice things. I got, Dave, you wouldn't believe it, inundated messages that I got from different people on different sort of platforms, whether it's on WhatsApp, text, private tweets, blah, blah, blah. But funny enough, we went straight into the presentation. We had the presentation after. So I was a bit down. Everyone knows I was a bit down, but I walked around a little bit. But it is what it is. People close to you help you massively. Sometimes you talk about it. I didn't really want to talk about it straight after the game. Didn't really speak to no one Sunday, Monday. I had Tuesday off. And then that's it. You can't dwell on it. You've got to move on, or else if we're going to dwell on it, it'll take that in. You know, it's gone now. And like I said to Opie today, you know, he said, how you feeling? I said, look, at the end of the day, I felt awful. I'm bad, you know, but we move on. No, you know, it's a game of football at the end of the day. No one's died. Nothing's happened. You know, nothing bad's happened. We've lost a game of football that didn't take us to step 3. Yeah, it's massive for a club like us to go to the next level. You know, the crowds will get bigger and people will be more. But, you know, you have to be philosophical about all these sort of things. Like, but yeah, I mean, I think the fans. That takes, you know, you don't get one person come up here and say, you know, that's rubbish. You need to go. You don't get that. You don't get that away. You know, everyone can see that what we've as a group of lads, management team, the chairman or chairman's, his wife, what we're trying to achieve at that football club, and I think people will more appreciate that. It's not. It's a lovely local club. It's a lovely local club, and it's getting better and better with the fans coming in, what they do at the club. So you've got to take thing from that, and like I say, the fans were massive. You know, every fan were coming up to me, and there was a few that would come up to me, never mind what you've done. You know, what I've done at that football club, as they say, it's been amazing. And to be fair, it's not just me. It's not just me. Yeah, I bring the players in, I put them on the football pitch, but the chairman gives me a little bit of money to do that. The players I bring in, they've bought into that. A few of them are local players. You know, you look at the Roses, they're local players. So, and that's what you want in a local team. You want all that, you know, local players and good bunch of lads that are buying to what you're trying to achieve. So, yeah, that's it. My family have picked me up. You know.
I mean, when do you start putting all the jigsaw together for next season? I mean, is it started already? I mean, I mean, players, you know, you've contacted the players you want to keep, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But how hard is that to put that jigsaw together when, you know, and I've seen it over the years where you think you've got that complete jigsaw completely finished, and then all of a sudden the corner piece decides that he's going to go up the road and play for whoever up the road for another tenner. So, I mean, how hard is that before you know in concrete that is the side that you're going to go in with? I mean, how much trust have you got in the players that you've got, and maybe bring in that they will be still with you come August, whenever it is, when we start again?
Yeah. Well, Dave, like you, I've been in football a long time, and that jigsaw will not be put together until probably the last 2 pre-season games before the season starts, because, like you said, that person will go. Every one of my players will be invited back for pre-season. I don't expect them all to come back, just on what some have told me. So I've also spoke to 5 or 6 players already today and yesterday. And I'm looking to, I've already sent out a couple of messages for a couple of players. So first and foremost, mate, what we've got to do, as much as I've had my meeting last night and I've sent out the things and players, and we all need to take stock. We need to have a break. I need to spend some time with my family, and that's important at this time, because, you know, it's not fair. Like, you know, I'm always even going on a dog walk, walking around talking football to people, and I thought she might pop in and say something on this meeting, actually. But yeah, so listen, we've got to have a bit of time off now.
Yeah.
And then I have started, and things will start moving. But we all know what pre-season's like. It just goes round and round and round. Yeah, they're coming, they're not coming, they're coming. So, you know, like I say, every one of my players, I want them to come back. If they come back, it's fantastic. But at the same time, I need to improve and bring in some new, fresh blood, as I would say.
Well, listen, mate, you've been fantastic. You know, I congratulate you on a fantastic season. I'm really gutted for you that it didn't finish the way you and the club wanted it to. But, you know, heads up, mate, you've had a fantastic season, and next year go and win it. And, you know, listen, mate, we wish you all the very, very best over the summer. Wish you all the best with building the side for next year. And, of course, also as well for winning it next year as well. So, you know, we're literally all, you know, good wishes of you, your family, and, of course, everybody at Ware as well. And enjoy your, you know, valued time off with the family. And we'll speak again early part of August, I would have thought, and have a chat.
Yeah.
Listen, mate, thank you very much for what you've done, and we really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thanks, Dave. Listen, I thank you for what you do. You're marvellous for what you do, mate. And without people like you putting it easy on together and putting it out there, you know, we wouldn't get that coverage, you know. So, top man, and this hope that I'll put this on live as well, that the Arsenal do me come up trumps for me.
Let's hope so. Fingers crossed for both of them, men and the women. Yeah.
And the women, yeah, of course. Yeah, but absolutely. Thanks very much, Dave. Appreciate it. And I look forward to talking to you.
Yeah, and I'll speak to you soon.
Very soon.
No worries, mate. Thanks, mate.
Top man, mate.
Thank everybody else at Ware as well for watching.
No, I will, mate.
We'll be back.
Appreciate what you do. Everyone does.
Thank you.